So chat, one more attempt. And I know I've said that before, but having seen what this team looks like, I genuinely believe we are boned. We only survived relegation last year because Mizzou somehow was worse. I think this is it, like truly, genuinely, 100% of every fiber of my being. I think this is it. Obviously, we went through the offseason. We optimized players. We didn't cut anybody overly notable or anything like that. We optimized and reset up the conferences, all that. We didn't optimize, because if I could optimize it, I'd put the worst teams in the league, give us a fucking national title. But when you see this team in full, I think you'll understand why I'm pretty confident that we are dead in the water. Our quarterbacks this year, it is a really good 92 overall. You sold out. We also have Water Turns Frogs Gay and Cornelius Feathergrundle. At running back, Bible Banana. DeLamp Better Suck Me Off. LOL Lamau Even. And Fallen Angel. Your fullbacks, Wyoming and Visual Learner. Wideouts, visit my Only Fanatics. Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Joe. Save turts with my wife. Oxempic Hero. Devoyne Shower Handle. A couple of guys removed from defense to wideout out of necessity. Shut Up and Take My Money. And John Bombi Bongiovi. Will be redshirt this year. Tight ends, Julius Moss, who is going to be redshirt. Q-Tips. And Liv Mysterio. Going to be aggressive with redshirting tight ends. Honestly, we might go with an offensive set then that doesn't really have tight ends. Left tackles. Excuse me. What? Grandma McFlurry. Left guard. Crendo Mills and Under the Learning Tree. You're right. Moss wasn't named. Duh. Well, let's go rename Moss real quick. Marsteller, you'll get the name that you wanted anyway before it was stolen. So congrats. And the name that Marsteller had proposed a few minutes ago, I'm sure won't ruffle any feathers. As we say hello to Diaper Donnie. There you go. Oh, sweet, beautiful memes. Who the fuck made Crendo Mills? I don't remember. Taps, probably. There we go, that's better. Left tackle, left guard under the learning tree gets redshirted. Centers, Fanatics are Temu, and Tora Tangerine. Right guards, Beppis Mane Jr. the 19th, and 34 counts. We'll leave Beppis without the red shirt because we have to. Right tackle, Honk Shoe, and Dr. Gonzo. Left end, Joe Hobo Bag McGinty, Soupy Truck Nuts, 1K Gaming Chair, and Wyomaholics Anonymous. This is the first name of many that take a bit of a nod towards the idea that I probably should have stopped this about 3 seasons ago. Right end, Chris Kringle Sack Jingler, Nagas De Rakishi, Butts and Seats, and Derpy Allen. Your defensive tackles, Xmas Jackson Flaxen Waxen, way to go Cowboy Yeehaw, Savin Lede, and Cheesy Gordita. Linebackers, Zoloff McClonopin, Hulk Hogan's a Racist, Friends Family Wyoming, and I'm in Danger. Middle linebackers, Raggy Music, Philip Oliver, Galloped on Grandma, and Speedy Gonzalez. And on the right, Bobby Hull is dead, Muted Never Wins the second, Hi-Ho Silver Go Away, and Humane Dudley Jersey. The corners, Crybaby McJesus, Shamanga Biakabatuka, Morbo the Annihilator, Ragtime Cowboy Joe, Nature Boy Ric Flair, Toogie Stop Get Help, and Becky Lunch. Not Lynch, Becky Lunch. At safety, Wyoming Lingerie, my name is Paul Heyman, and Wave the White Flag. And on the other side, I was on an ad break. I put CM Punk. It was supposed to be CM Toogie, but there you go. It's CM Punk. And Moist Towelette. Your kickers, Coastal Kakalaki and Octavius Oxendine Boot. Your punters, Give Up Toogie. And it's Wednesday night. You know what that means. God, who the hell are we going to red shirt out of this group? I guess I'll red shirt this guy because he has no goddamn accuracy whatsoever. And the other side, really good accuracy, but no power. Yeah, whatever. We'll just play Coastal Kakalaki. I genuinely think this is the team that'll get relegated. I think they will. I think we're going down to Tier 3. And I said if we fall to Tier 3, that's GG's. Genuinely, I think we're cooked. It's just we've fallen too far down. This past year especially, we did not get the best recruitment class. Really, even the year before that, too. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And we haven't even decided the schedule yet. Week 1 will be open. We'll have games in week 5, 6. We'll have week 8 off. So we got 3 games to fill on the schedule. So we go to the old picker wheel. And let's see who we're going to be playing in week 3. Time to barely stay up that time as last year. Basically, yeah. It will be a W. Is there anybody with a W? All right, chat gets their first decision rather quickly. Will this week be against Washington, Western Kentucky, or Western Michigan? The choice is yours. We go down to this next matchup. Spin the wheel again. N. As we draw Notre Dame. Undisputed, no vote needed. Notre Dame. What about the week after? Fuck. That's some bad luck, man. W again. But no W's this time. Move choice, spin again. Oh boy, of course we drew goddamn Notre Dame. Even with 2 FCS teams in the mix, we still have an A+ schedule. F. All right. Well, the winner of the other vote was Western Michigan. For this one, chat, pretty straightforward. Florida or Florida State? Who's it going to be? Will it be Florida or Florida State? So we draw Western Michigan, Notre Dame, and then it'll be either Florida or Florida State to round out the schedule. Again, the full schedule is as follows. Week 1 is our bye week. Arkansas, Western Michigan, Georgia, Notre Dame, Florida or Florida State. Right now it's looking like it's going to be the Gators. Texas A&M, Penn State, Nebraska, Navy, North Carolina, Auburn, and Kansas State. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams on that list are currently ranked in the preseason. And I think we can call it the Florida Gators are going to get the win. So. Shit. That is the schedule that I think finally puts us out of our misery. I want to win a national title so goddamn bad with this team. We've put up such a fight to even make it as far as we have. But everything about this season, the team, the schedule, screams this is it. So I'm just going to try to enjoy this season and know that we're going to take a little bit of a break from college football once we do get relegated here before CFB 25 comes out. Again, what looks to be an absolutely incredible game. So, yikes, that conference is bad. It's, yeah. Like, the fact that we survived the ACC once, and again, it took an overtime win against Minnesota to get promoted. The fact that we even made it to Tier 1 is astonishing. We never should have made it this high just off of JUCOs only. Never. Watch there be a 5-star this year. I don't think it's possible. I'd love for people to play this game in their own time and see if you find a 5-star JUCO. I don't think they exist. I think we would have seen someone by now, because we have not seen a single person. So, Prophecy, what's going on, by the way? How'd the season go? This was the next season. The 0-4 start. We survived. We didn't get relegated. And yeah, we're getting ready to start the next season after that. And again, odds are this is the nail in the coffin for us. Odds are a lot of quarterbacks this year. God damn. But yeah, we survived barely, only because Mizzou was horrible, somehow worse than us, which is really saying something to how bad they were. So, surprised this JUCO run's stalling, but Texas only didn't. I mean, I feel like the reason for that is, you know, more 4- and 5-star dudes. So you get them for a little bit longer. I thought that guy's name was Adrian Peterson for a minute. Let's see, you got John Daniels. I think there's a variety of reasons as to why we've kind of hit a ceiling. A lot of it's bad luck. Let's be honest. For this team to sim as poorly as they have on occasion, that's some bad damn luck. Brad Wallace, Bob Stewart, Joel Johnson. Not going to worry about that guy. Nunez is a sophomore, so we can look at him. Joey Cook. That guy's a sophomore, so we might as well take a look at him too. 61's a junior. And then we'll check fullbacks here until we can sim to week 1. Okay, no game in week 1, though, so a lot of recruitment coming up here over the next couple of minutes. I got Vince Hall. Team has underperformed, 92 defense. Good. I cannot figure out a combination to get the defense to stop giving up a shitload of points. No matter what the hell I do, they just give up an absurd amount of points. Like, we've tried an aggressive defense, a not so aggressive defense. We've tried some different playbooks, like, no matter what. Because you got to figure, the reason why we went to the custom playbooks in the first place was because the defense was struggling to begin with. So, I mean, we have just had absolutely horrific luck. There's no denying that. Are any of these athletes good? We still need to hope for good recruits here, because if we somehow survive the drop, then that, you know, next generation could be the team that finally figures it out. Then again, we just got a quarterback that was a -12, so maybe not. I'm excited for CFB 25 in terms of the fact that they mentioned, like, you know, they're breaking up certain regions to be even more specific, like Florida, Texas, I'm sure will be broken up a little bit more. So it's like, oh, East Texas, West Texas. Shout out to the West Texas Rednecks. R.I.P. Kurt Hennig. Second time this week I got to mention that wrestling stable on stream, though. All right, let's see, running backs. So, hello. How are you tonight, buddy? Oh, boy. Well, not a strong start at all when it comes to potential recruits. The athletes weren't bad, but thoughts on the Champions League final tomorrow. Go Dortmund. See if that ages poorly or not. But go Dortmund. Probably won't go well for them, but I'm rooting for them, damn it. Okay. Reminder, again, even though there's nothing we can do right now, In terms of the conference outlook, this is our division. 88 overall Nebraska, 91 overall Georgia, 86 K-State, 86 Arkansas, 86 Tar Heels, 91 for Wyoming, now down to a 4-star team. Our biggest competition is Georgia. It's not in the realm of possibility. But then again, our biggest competition is actually ourselves, if you think about it. And all of a sudden now, our projected rank is no longer top 10, top 5. Shit. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got for recruits here before we get into a new season. But, the optimism is at an all-time low for these Cowboys. We're getting ready to head to the bar and drown our sorrows at the old saloon. Hall's not going to make it. Really good fullback. Quincy Franklin. That's not bad. Shout out to Heat. 10 months from Let's Go Heat. Thank you very much for that. Welcome back. Tell, oh, God. Tell anybody that plays for the Miami Heat that if they want to play football, Wyoming could use them. Don't worry about eligibility. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What do we got for wide receivers this year? Any good wide receivers? Nope. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I want us to win a national title. So bad. Am I the only one who thinks that Gable Steveson, it's Steveson, by the way, it's not even Stevenson, it's Steveson. It's ridiculous. To the NFL is a great idea. I mean, I'm just surprised he's not a Raider. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. He'd fit right in on the Raiders historically. Well, then again, he'd probably fit in pretty well on the Chiefs right now, too. But, yeah, the problem with that move from a Buffalo standpoint is, one, it's literally a dude that's never played football. The second is it reeks of desperation at a time where you're trying to sell to your fan base that you're not fucked. Because that fan base now, for the last couple years, has repeatedly watch that team come up short. And now, after trading Stephon Diggs, like you're looking at your big selling point now to be, hey, we signed a defensive tackle who's never played football before, who failed in the WWE, despite the fact that the WWE doesn't give a fuck about character issues. And they're just like, well, the good news is the NFL doesn't care about character issues either. And for anyone who doesn't understand the character issues that are there with Gable Steveson, let's put it this way. Number one, you can look it up. Don't be lazy. Secondly, if he did today what he did a handful of years ago, he would be in prison right now. So there's that. You know, certain laws have changed over recent years that would have heavily affected him. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar couldn't make it at a preseason. I don't know if the rumor of him being the last cut was true or not. But yeah, if Brock Lesnar can't cut it in the NFL, I don't know if old Gable Steveson's going to be able to. Maybe he will. And you know what? It will be an incredible story. But it just reeks of desperation of like, fuck it, let's try this. Because, I mean, there's no denying, like, Gable Steveson, had he been released by WWE sooner, he'd be going to the Olympics representing the U.S. in wrestling. 100%. He is one of the best wrestlers on earth. That is just a fact. But yeah, I don't know. If I was a Bills fan, I'd just be like, why? Why are you, why? You know? I mean, maybe that, you know, there is a chance of upside, but it's so goddamn unlikely, you know? So unlikely. And what are the odds that a guy that's never played football before figures out how to play it at an extremely high level instead of you taking a guy that, you know, might be like on the cusp and is just missing a couple of tools that your coaching staff can give him to turn him into that elite level player? So to me, that screams like do the Bills have any confidence in their ability to actually develop talent? I mean, it's a little risk, but also not really, because the optics of it are horrific. Like I said, when you're trying to sell to that fan base, like, no, don't worry, we're not owned. The Chiefs don't own us. We're not owned. And then, like, one of your most notable moves of the offseason is to sign an amateur wrestler, failed professional wrestler with an interesting legal history. You know, that's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. That's all. Whoo, +9, Alex Hackett. Good stuff, though. Thought that ship sailed when Diggs skipped out. You know, possibly. Possibly. You could argue this is already them being like, fuck it, we got to try something different because we're fucked otherwise. Maybe. Here, let me text a Bills fan. Hold on. Let me text a Bills fan right now. I'm surprised I haven't already. I haven't talked to Architect in a while. Thoughts on Gable Steveson? Chat's intrigued. See what Architect has to say. Bills are trash. The worst team. The trash, never gonna win. Bills are trash. You know, the best part is, by the time this comes out on YouTube, God knows when, he could already be out of the NFL. Bills could be like, fuck it, that's not gonna work. Just immediately get rid of the guy. Could happen. Could happen. Are there any goddamn offensive tackles? Jesus. Stone Cold Mike Austin, son. What? Stovall. Andy Robinson we can look at. John Brooks we can look at. Hornay. It's probably Horn. It is Horn, but it's funny they call him Hornay. We got a guard. Happier Bills news. I don't know if there's a wide eye. I want to see more than Coleman. That's fair. As a Bills fan, I'm stoked. Don't think it'll work. Bills doing weird things. Again, weird things can work sometimes, you know? They can. There are some odds against this move working, that's for sure. Like I said, like, I don't know. Maybe it turns out to be a genius move, but it's like, would you not just want to be like, you know what? Let's get this freaking 25-year-old guy who has like a piece or two missing to his game. We can fix him. They're literally looking at a guy and saying, we can teach him. That's a risky move at the NFL level, you know? That is a risky damn move. Like, that's a home run swing attempt that could easily cost you your job. And I know it's the idea of like, it's only one player. Is it that big of a deal? When you're the Buffalo Bills right now, yeah, it probably is that big of a deal. The entire conversation was, now that Tom Brady's out of the way, we're fucking golden. So much for that. You know? If you're not risking it, are you not trying? I mean, there's risks, and then there's more than that, you know? There's risks, but then there's more. Cody, what's up, by the way? And yeah, Cody, there's a whole history to read about. That's the other problem. There are a few multi-star prospects in JUCO, and there's no guarantees that you're going to get them even if you find one. Correct. Correct. That is indeed our other big issue. That's why I always pay attention to overall rating instead of the stars. Because we just need guys who are going to be good immediately. Or at least as good as they can be for our limitations. As opposed to, like, outright developing somebody. Alright. That's the offensive side taken care of. So... All right, what did Architect say? He won't make the team. He just can't learn to play defensive line. But he can wrestle. And rape. What? At tackle, Pierre Brunner, not going to make the cut. Mike Austin, not going to make the cut. Andy Robinson, not going to make the cut. And John... Okay, well, we don't have any tackles. That's good, right? Guard, okay. Not one good guard either. What about at center? This Jeremiah Spence is good. Kellen Griffin's not going to make the cut. Howard Jordan's good. All right, we at least have some centers that aren't complete trash, so that's good. Still not looking great here, though, for this recruitment class. This is like 2 years in a row at least, if not 3, that the quality dip has been very, very noticeable. All right. 3-star sophomore Ryan Goodman, 6'8", 264. That guy's a monster. If we can actually get him. We need a couple of game changers here. If we even ever see any of these guys actually play for this team. Because technically, they're 2 years away. We have this upcoming season. And then next season, they'll be redshirt. So, we do have quite a few 3-star JUCOs, though, at defensive end. Which is promising, because obviously you can move people over to linebacker, defensive tackle. So, that's not a bad way to start. Joe Johnson's not bad. James Key also not looking that bad. Brandon Fuller. Wright doesn't want to come here. John Pruitt. Kingsley Martin. Campbell. Brian Sanders doesn't want to be here. That guy is too bad. Okay. Oh, goodness, what a song, but let's not. Let's not. All right. What do we got on the defensive end side of things? A lot of potential options. Goodman looks great. Brooks is still solid. Olsen doesn't make the cut. Oh my God. Okay, defensive end is where the talent's at this year. Good Lord. Good Lord, defensive end. Yeah, and we're just going for the best players available, and then we'll move, people around as need be. That is a lot of talent at defensive end. What about DT? Hopefully that trend continues. Lord knows our defense could use the help. Not looking great at the moment, though. Come on now. Come on now, give us somebody. Three-star sophomore James Mayfield. Okay. You're not relegated, time to name one of those defensive linemen. Stevenson. He's going back to college. He's transferred from, I think, Minnesota is where he went. It makes sense because he was always, close with Brock Lesnar or whatever the hell. We got Bill Bush. Trent Colvin. A.J. Bobo. Don Morris. Garth Johnson. Are we done with the 2 stars, I hope? Because I don't have enough space on my board already. I got to mark down Lance Brown's name. We also got Ernie Green. Lance Brown, Ernie Green. And then we're down to the 1 stars. Okay. See what we got. See what we got. So defensive tackle, Mayfield doesn't make the cut. Boyd is great. Jimmy Thomas misses out. Billy Bush looks good. Well, we're finally seeing some potential. Oh my God. Some potential defensive reinforcements, but good Lord. Is it too little too late? Anybody that's at like a 70 needs to go. Yeah, like sorry to Brent Wheeler. Just not good enough to make the cut. I need to free up spots. Greg Smith, you're out of here. Have anybody else that really kind of fits that theme? Franklin Williams. They haven't said anything about recruitment yet. No, that's coming up, I'm sure. Shane Raymond, you got to go. We got to free up spots. James Key. Look at that group of defensive ends, though. Good Lord. Seriously. And we're not even done looking at the defensive ends. I still got a couple of players to look at. So we need Lance Brown. I prefer Lance Bass, but Lance Brown. That's Leon Brown. Lance Brown. We got Ernie Green. And then we need the 1-stars. Marcus Goins isn't bad. Marcus Lumpkin sucks. That guy's not good enough. That guy doesn't want to be here. Okay, there were barely any 1-stars anyway. Outside linebacker. What do we got at outside linebacker here? What do we have? See, this is what happens. I'm like dead in the water. No hope, no optimism, just it's over, it's done with. And then we get to recruitment and they're just like, actually, here's some good players. But will you survive long enough to even be able to get them and to use them? And then once you do have them, your defense is probably going to suck anyway. That's been the theme. The very torturous theme. Jamie Sullivan looks awesome. Son of a bitch. Dude, it is handing out so many good defensive players this year. Which is good, but also frustrating, because, like, where was this before? You know? Final 2-stars, Brian Thomas. And then we got the 1-stars for outside linebacker. AJ, you did, yes. All right, what do we got at outside linebacker? Hold on. Mike Keller, awesome. Curtis Rice, awesome. Malone doesn't make the cut. Sullivan looks great. Harris looks great. Dude. If this goes our way, we could rebuild our entire defense this year. If we can survive this. But I don't think we're going to. I think all of these guys, we're just never going to see them develop. Unless I deal with life in tier 3, but that sounds horrific. All right, Brian Thomas misses the cut. We didn't have a defense last year. We don't have a defense now. That's the problem. We don't even have a defense now. Try running the playbook for defense. Let's have one defense for last. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much debating what playbooks I want to run this year. I guess I forgot to look at defensive tackles? I didn't think that I did. Forgot to look at the... Oh, that's right. I forgot to look at those guys at the end. Well, Ernie Green's good, but not good enough. Yeah, none of those guys are particularly good enough. Let's get those spots out of there. All right, outside linebackers. We still got the 1-stars to look at. Because this list is filled up a lot more quickly than it has been over the past couple of years. We got Eric Smith, who's already interested in us. Brian Watts. Lee Carter. That guy was a junior, that's why we didn't pick him. That guy's also a junior. David Booth, Canucks legend. Randy Handy. Randall Handle. God, I wish he was better. Randy Handy. Tremendous name. That's better than most of the names chat's come up with over the years. Fucking Randy Handy. No need to rename, right? All right, what do we got? Other options here. Eric Smith. Brian Watts. Lee Carter. Okay, we are continuing to run out of space. I still got middle linebackers and the entire secondary to look at. 75 overall might have to be the cutoff this year, which is kind of nuts. The very least, the 73s I'm going to have to ditch. Like, we need the space. So let me mark down these guys' names here. So at running back, we got Jay Cook. It's going to bring me to the top of the list again. No, it's not. Good. We got an athlete, Avery Huffman. A QB and Ernie Scott. Running back, Bob Stewart. Running back, Joel Johnson. Wideouts, Jay Matthews. Another quarterback in Robert Adams. And 2 more wideouts. Got Joshua Clark and Josh Fisher. Anybody under a 75 isn't going to make the cut this time, from the looks of it. I might be able to add those guys back, but I'm sure we're going to find other people available here. Because we're only on middle linebackers. Second best middle linebacker has a second in interest behind Arkansas, and we can't go after him because this is the dumbest damn challenge. Freaking. Oh, of course, Alfonso Warren. Defiance, Ohio. I defy you not to be a dickhead. Come to Wyoming. Somebody. Okay, well, so far, middle linebackers are saying to hell with Wyoming. Which isn't ideal. John Long. Adams doesn't make it. What made you decide to do a JUCO challenge? The difficulty of it. The stupidity of it. It's living up to the hype. It is difficult, and it is goddamn stupid, isn't it? It is delivering on every front, except national titles. It hasn't delivered on that front. Or should I say a national title, let alone multiple. Oh, give us a corner. Free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll. Gonna lurk for a bit doing a loot tab manager career. Don't get fired for no reason, Hawks. I love FC manager mode, but good lord. Not having the ability to turn off getting fired is always the dumbest thing about a franchise. So let me play the way I want without consequence of potentially getting fired before I'm done building up my project. You know? That's why we don't play FC as much as I'd like to, because I don't like losing my progress on a rebuild. Because the game arbitrarily decides, nope, undefeated season or get fired. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Bunch of juniors who aren't good enough. Juniors, JUCOs, whatever. All right, that's corners. So we got safeties and then special teams. Special teams is not a huge need for us this year, but it is still worth looking for super high end talent. There are no middle linebackers this year. Good lord. At least we had the 4 outside linebackers, though. Corners. All right, so Ben Smith is not going to make the cut. Get him out of there. Wally Clark. I think that's Wally. Whaley? I don't know. You're not going to make the cut either. Jesse Sykes. Not going to make it. Cameron Brady's not bad, but you're not going to make it either. All right, so it was Got Cedric Perry as well, but only Johnny Coley's going to make it. Top-notch safeties would be phenomenal, but I am not holding out too much hope here. Not at all. History has dictated that would be a terrible idea to have too much hope. Yeah. Yep. Okay, well, we do got Xavier Robinson, Ernie Lowe. They're not too bad. Cedric Hines. So nobody outstanding, but a handful of guys who might not be complete trash. Thoughts on the gameplay announcement? It looked awesome. The initial trailer looked absolutely fantastic. Obviously, you can only say so much because it was a mix of actual gameplay and some, like, in-engine cutscene stuff, but it looked tremendous. Very, very excited for it. I don't know how anybody could be like, oh, I was excited for CFB 25, but now I'm not. Like, those types of people, like, I don't know how they exist. But it's just, they do. Judging by some of the freaking weird ass responses you'll see to posts. But. All right. Safeties. Just gotta hit the scout options on them. We're almost there. Still plenty of people bitching that it's a Madden clone. Yeah, those people are dumb. Very, very dumb. But, there are dumb people out there. That's just the way of the world. I'm not excited. You are excited. Even though it's EA, you are very much excited at the idea that CFB 25 could be amazing. Don't tell me you're not. You wouldn't be asking me about it otherwise. You're obviously excited about the idea that it could be a great game. But you're cautiously optimistic, and that's fair. That's what you should be with games nowadays, because people don't release completed games mostly. Shout out to Gator Enforcer for the raid, by the way. How'd the stream go? I hope it went well. Are you doing for the next NHL 24 stream? You'll see. Secrets that aren't secrets, because I've mentioned it numerous times. All right, well, we definitely have room. We definitely have room for dudes that we took off the list to add them back on.
I'm trying to walk through this fucking
Gator,
grass.
thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. However, I'm going to keep it much to a shorter list and not try to work on everybody. It's like, let's just go after the top dogs that are out there, right? Shane Miles sucks. Kearney's not bad. I need them to be an 80+ as a kicker if I'm going after them. This guy has no kick power whatsoever, though, so get him out of there. Honestly, I don't even think any of the kickers were necessarily worth it. They're not that much better than who we already have. So we got 26 people on the board. Obviously, there's only 25 scholarships, but we're going in big time for the best of the bunch. We'll start in with a 5-point offer for everybody just to get the bonus points. And then the highest rated dudes. Let's just start. Literally just select someone, hold to the right for a second or two. Start putting points on people. Somewhat indiscriminately, like we'll just see. There we go. That works. So, no game in week 1. We start off our season for the second year in a row against the Arkansas Razorbacks, who beat us last year. Of course, we started off a season 0-4, which was not ideal in the slightest. But we did manage to survive. Arkansas is 0-1. In terms of recruitment now, obviously we're in the very easy stages of what we're doing here. Reset the points. Sort by largest deficit. Oh boy. Everybody needs at least 5 points. We're so far behind on Coley, we got to go all in pretty much immediately. Same for Sullivan. Gutierrez, we might have a chance. Were we in the lead for anybody? No. So whoever we're trailing the most for gets the most amount of points. Pretty straightforward. In terms of what we're going to do with this team this year, I need to double check the depth chart. I don't know if we're going to go back to old playbooks or not. We do have a quarterback that has good movement. 92 throw power, 93 accuracy. So really, really strong arm. Not exactly a cannon. Running backs aren't that bad. We have no goddamn tight ends, though, is the problem. No goddamn tight ends. Defensively, honestly, a 3-3-5 isn't the worst idea, just to get the extra help out there, because our fucking secondary is spotty. So in terms of our philosophy, then, because again, our coordinators are back to a fucking base level, we'll try that 3-3-5 defense. I still want the heavily substituted players. I'm willing to keep that at 50-50 for the moment. In terms of a playbook, though, I mean, spread option might not be the worst in regards to not having too many tight end options. There is run and shoot. There's also the one back, which could work too. We just go with that fucking offensive playbook of please God work. I'm going to go with that 3-3-5. This playbook has worked for us offensively in the past. 100%. It's just defensively, it's always been trash. We're going to spec heavily to that right side for now. Leave that at 50-50. I don't know how much or how often we're going to be jumping into these games. Corso is choosing Arkansas here. Maybe subbing. Well, in fairness, the subbing idea, maybe it has been costing us. At the same time, it was just a thought of I don't want... In fairness, maybe it doesn't work the way I want it to. Maybe that is an issue. Maybe that's not working the way I want it to, where it's like, oh, this guy's dead tired, take him out, put a new guy in for a couple of plays. Maybe it's not working that way, and maybe it's just like completely fucking us over. I don't know. We'll put it back at 50. You know what, fuck it. Let's go with the run and shoot then. Arkansas. Arkansas. On our home turf. Let's see what the hell happens. Let's see what the hell happens. No hope. No optimism for what this team is capable of right now. We have been hurt far too many times. I am expecting us to be relegated. And if we are, that's GG's, as we've mentioned.
Football encounter, Laramie, Wyoming, nestled between the Snowy Ridge Mountains and Laramie.
Cross your fingers and take your best shit. You know, I have a feeling you meant to type shot, but take your best shit describes this football team very well. Very, very well. So, you know, 7-0 Arkansas. 14-0 Arkansas. Now 14-7. 14 all. 21-14. And a field goal. It's 21-17. Arkansas misses a 20 7-yarder. They might be able to get it done on their own, but if I don't take over here, then I'm cooked because we won't have enough time to score if they were to score again.
Step it up on both sides of the ball. Slings it out there incomplete.
We were lucky that wasn't picked. They had it covered perfectly.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
They had it covered perfectly. We just really had nowhere else to go. All right.
Second down.
Well, we haven't allowed 40-plus points, but honestly, I don't know if the sub issue has really hurt the offense that much. I know B is kind of open, but I don't like it. There we go. Saving turts with my wife to the 45.
Completion puts him over 300 yards passing in the game.
I forgot our guy was a lefty.
He's done a really good job of preparing because he's read the defense.
So if we roll out, it's got to be to the left.
One thing I'll add, though, is that his team is losing, and yards don't mean anything unless you win the ball game. He's rolling left. Tipped away.
Wow. I was indecisive there. There were a couple of guys that were open.
Cannot ever get beat deep, but also he has a responsibility to step up.
Play just didn't quite develop the way I thought it was going to. There was a guy that wasn't open, and then there was a guy that was, and then he wasn't open again, and it was weird.
To be able to come up and know when to come up to knock that ball away.
Fakes to the back. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. And they push him
Get
out.
some yardage out of that.
7-yard pickup on the scramble by the quarterback. From the 38-yard line. It's third down.
Fucking 18th third down of the game, huh?
3 minutes in the game. Looks middle, got his back. He tackles it.
No blocking at all.
Loss of a yard.
Screen passes in this game either work perfectly or they do not work at all. There's no in between. There's never any in between. It's either easy first down or no pickup at all.
He scrambled. Brought down around the 35-yard line.
Could have been worse. Pretty much going to be nobody open at any time, man. Maybe the guy underneath, but that guy was covering him, and then once we took off, that defender disengaged from our receiver so goddamn quickly.
Let's see what happens this time around.
Anytime you have
That sucked.
putting points on the board and you don't get it, you get a little frustrated. But this offense is very capable of scoring at any time.
Nice horse collar, buddy. Not going to call a timeout yet. Let them burn a little bit of time. I don't quite have faith in the defense right this moment. If we can get another stop here, we'll have to call the timeout. Okay, there it is. Well, if we get a stop here, we have a chance. If they get a first down, that's GG's.
He won't miss that tackle too often.
So that's what it comes down to. We need a stop here to have another chance.
Well, you can see the elation on the defensive side.
We'll take it. Could have been a pick, could have been caught. Not bad, and we have 2 timeouts. So they did manage to waste about a minute. And obviously we got to start fresh, but we still have a chance to win this now. And that's not the best punt in the world either, so that's good. Okay. We got to find a way to deliver here. 2 timeouts. We got a quarterback that can move.
Just over a minute in the fourth quarter. Sends it out quick, intercepted. Tackle made around the 40.
You know, I might not accept that loss. I might not. That was the cheesiest interception I have seen in a long time from this game. From a dead sprint. From a dead sprint covering the streak to the easiest cut of his life at full speed. Arms phase through him. Interception. If you can't see why I'd have somewhat of an issue with that being an interception, I don't know what to tell you.
Sometimes you take a chance and sometimes you become the...
That's the game.
It didn't work out.
Pretty much.
You'll be able to learn from this and move forward.
Unless we can force a turnover here.
Ball on the 49-yard line. Here's the handoff, and he's taken down for a loss. Wyoming will take...
Cut that hard IRL, you blow out your knee. Yep. It is a video game, and we are at the mercy of some shit animation and hit detection.
Tackle at the 41.
That's game. He got the first.
Pick up a nice gain and a first down.
That's it. None of our defenders could break a block from their wideouts, and Arkansas beats us for the second year in a row to kick off a season. I had 2 chances, failed to convert on 4th down, and threw an interception.
So that wraps things up for us.
This is what it is. I'll accept it.
I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Probably menu simming from here. Probably. I don't even care about the game stats for this week, to be honest. I really don't. Like, that's just... it's such a piss take, though, to have the game end like that. Like, there's just no way that should have been an interception, man. No way. Damn it. Just damn it. It is what it is. We march, we move. Obviously, I would have liked the team to be able to put up more than 17 points against goddamn Arkansas. But, didn't happen. In fairness, I should have checked the stats for last week. Western Michigan's next. Non-conference game. Given the fact I have no hope or optimism that we are going to make it into national title contention after losing to Arkansas, we're going to sim non-conference games at the very least. Largest deficit. Yeah, we're probably fucked for Johnny Coley, but no insta-commit from Daryl Stevens. 5 points on everybody. Max points on the guys that we trail for by the most. Here we go. Western Michigan. If they can't beat Western Michigan without me potentially trying to save the day, then I mean, we're dead anyway, right? So... like they won. But should I be optimistic about it? They only won by 3. You barely beat Western Michigan, and now you play Georgia the following week. Passing game's definitely been a little bit heavy. We've already allowed 6 sacks on the season. Defensively, I mean, we're still allowing so many goddamn yards, man. It's crazy. What the hell I do? I cannot stop our defense from just surrendering all the goddamn yards in the world. Whatever. Let's just go 50. Go 50. We'll go a little bit more aggressive. See what happens. Georgia. Unless they prove they can beat Georgia without my help, I'm not getting my hopes up for this season. It is a conference game. You lose to Arkansas, but you can beat the Georgia Bulldogs. Dude, like, I don't get this team's lack of consistency at all. Notre Dame's 3-0. I'm menu simming this game against Notre Dame as well. No doubt. We are menu simming the Notre Dame game. Prove it wasn't a fluke now. Prove that Georgia win was no fluke. I dare ya. I dare you to prove it wasn't a fluke. I don't think you can. And no surprise that we lost out on Johnny Coley. Will we get any insta commits this week? We do get wide receiver Tommy Cox, 80 overall wide out. It's very good. Oh my God, what is happening? We also get strong safety Patrick Hayden, 75 overall. Not a ton of luck, though. Also, the glitches there where it shows us locked out. Even okay, yeah, the board glitched out to shit there. That was all very inaccurate. We want largest deficit. Thank you. 5 points on these dudes. And same as always, over trail before the most. It's the most points. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Okay, so they beat Georgia last week. What the hell can you do against Notre Dame? What can you do? This is the most inconsistent team I have ever had in any sports video game ever. Doesn't matter if it's been a Madden, an NCAA, an NBA, an MLB, NHL, it does not matter. This is the most inconsistent team I have ever seen. It's astonishing. Genuinely. Glad our offensive coordinator is now a level 4. Sakes, the fact we haven't been able to handle coordinator signings has definitely killed us in a lot of ways. Like, it's just crazy to me. Apparently we missed out on Kenny Barnes too, but it's fine. Anybody else that needs a scholarship offer here that we're in the lead for? We do land outside linebacker Curtis Rice. We don't get Howard Jordan. Where do we get Eric Boyd? But all in all, not the worst week of recruitment. We're going to keep going for the moment. Florida Gators, they're 1-4 on the year. It's a non-conference game for us. I don't know what the hell to do about philosophy or any of the... I don't really know if the run and shoot's actually working that well. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What can they do against the Florida Gators? How did you beat Georgia, though? Like, how? Did you actually beat Georgia? Only to get pooped on by Notre Dame and then lose to the Florida Gators, who weren't significantly better than us on paper. check injuries? I mean, maybe. Now 2-3 on the year. So certainly any national title hopes are long dead. They were dead when we lost in week 1. We have a running back down for 3 weeks, but nothing crazy. Nobody super important. Got a little one back. I'm going to start messing around with playbooks. Why not? On a weekly basis. Texas A&M, it's a pretty even matchup. We're actually a little bit better on paper. Our points per game have plummeted, dude. Our defense is the second worst in the nation. Again. And our offense is now 112. It used to be we had a great offense, but a shit defense. There is no combination of any of the philosophies that are working for us at all. At all. So when in doubt, we're going back to our memes. We're going to be aggressive as shit. We're going to hope for the best. Texas A&M. Did I even do recruiting for this week? I don't even know if I did. I didn't. I don't get why this team is so inconsistent. It's driving me insane. How can we beat Georgia and then just disappear over the next 2 weeks? It's crazy to me. I also wish we had a little bit better luck for some of these damn insta-commits, but that's not happening either. We're probably out for Danny Rollins. We got to send him a scholarship offer just to hope. Maybe Georgia was riddled with injuries in week 3? I mean, maybe. I doubt it, though. And it sucks because I want to get more involved into the games, but there's just no point if we know we're going to be mid. Texas A&M. Okay. We're going to sim to the end of the season. I need to know if we're getting relegated or not. And even if we do, it's like, man, it just feels like we're holding on for dear life to not get relegated. We just cannot break through. It's like I need to see from this team that they can at least sim well before we try to jump in and save them. Like, there's no saving them if they continually just get dunked on. We're 2-4 on the year. Fuck it. Max aggressiveness philosophy-wise. At this point, you might get relegated to NCAA 13. At least 13's recruitment's fun. Not that this isn't, but conference standings-wise, that death knell is a tolling. We did beat Georgia, but we are we're staring down the barrel of a loaded gun one more time. We are staring down the barrel of a loaded gun. I said this could be it. It still feels like it could be it. I need to know for sure if this is it, man. If we get relegated, that's it. I already said if we get relegated, that's GG's. I mean, I might play this in my own time offline because, again, I know this team can succeed. But online, I think I'll stop dragging you guys down into the madness with me. Although some of you do enjoy the madness still to this point, and for that, I say thank you. Yeah, we do get linebacker Joe Harris. And we're barely behind. We're only behind on one guy now, which is pretty good. Those points dished out. We got 6 dudes who are ready for visits. Get those scheduled for this week. But yeah, we got to go for it. We absolutely have to go for it. This is a relationship where both people know it's over and want to break up, but don't want to be the one to make the decision. Correct! Yes, it is. We are in a toxic relationship with a football video game. You nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. Oh boy. I gotta know though. Penn State's another conference opponent. Situation could be that much more dire after this week. I am going to keep up with the recruitment just in case. Everyone's been offered a scholarship already too, so it'll go that much more quickly. Prospect overview. I mean, we went well ahead. I mean, yeah, we're basically ahead for everybody now. So let's just go reset points. 0. Oh, come on, game. Work properly. Sort by rank. Thank you. 5 points on everybody. Highest rated dudes will get the leftovers as we just try to lock down whoever the hell we can, even though these guys might never see a football field in the state of Wyoming. Well, they might if they visit us and kick the crap out of us. Penn State, they're a much better team on paper. Much, much better. We got to Div 1, and that was a hell of an accomplishment. We started off at the very bottom, Tier 11. We made it all the way to Division 1, which is nothing to scoff at. But in the end, in the end, we just were not good enough to make it to the highest of heights of winning a national title. And that's okay. That is okay, but also a real tough pill to swallow, you know? Meanwhile, 2 teams in our conference are going winless instead. I do have to check the conference standings. We're going to check it after this game against Nebraska, because they are a divisional rival this year. So, Huskers, pretty even matchup on paper. Their defense allegedly sucks, but not really. You know, I should have quit earlier because now this is just painful. This is just painful. This is watching this program just wither away. They had a B- defense. We only put up 6 points on them. We are beyond cooked. The only thing that can save us is North Carolina. Arkansas has the tiebreaker on us. We do technically have 4 games left. We would have to win 3 out of 4 games to jump Arkansas, or we have to try to outduel the Tar Heels. There is technically a way to stay, but again, we're holding on for dear life. I don't know what the fuck to do in terms of philosophies anymore. I've thrown every goddamn thing at the wall I possibly can, and nothing is working. Fuck it, try multiples. every week. If we lose, I'm changing the playbook, basically. Like, it's not like it actually matters. UNC's schedule. Nebraska, Wyoming, K-State, and then Duke, non-conference. There is a situation where they don't win a single conference game from this point on, except for maybe against us. Navy for us is a conference game. They've done what we hoped to have done. Made it to Div 1, won a national title. Well, our chances of passing Arkansas are basically gone. If we lose to UNC, it's over. If we lose to UNC, it's over. Oh, man. Remember when I said there's a chance that all these great defensive players were never going to see the field for us? Three dudes left. It's John Bonji over. Oh, man. Okay. Well. One last shot. Go back to the 3-3-5. Offensively, go with the spread option, which I've been tempted to do. And we'll upgrade the defensive coordinator somehow. Yay. This is it. We're going to watch our boys go down. Let's watch them go down. They gotta win. They have to win. We lose to UNC. It's over. Is our time in Wyoming finally coming to a close? That is the question. For all the effort, 25 years worth of goddamn effort. Is it all for naught in terms of winning a national title? (31-20), 31-23. Shout out to Saws, and my God, they fucking won it. 31-23. The Cowboys still have life.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
No help necessary. They are technically still alive, with games against Auburn and K-State to go, both of which are conference opponents. And to see what the numbers look like here. What is the situation? This is ridiculous that this team might just go down to the wire again. Oh. The 0-11 Auburn Tigers. North Carolina has one game to go, and that's against K-State. If they lose, we are safe. If they win, we must win one of our final two games. You know what? We're going to sim this. We're going to sim this. The Wyoming Cowboys have survived again. The Houdinis of the ACC avoid relegation by the skin of their teeth. One more time. We will technically finish 5th if we lose this final game. 4th if we win, because we'd have one more win than Arkansas. But we have North Carolina beat on tiebreaker even if we lose because of the head-to-head. We fucking survived again.